Hello, friends. It's Carla, your online doctor, with today's Live in 5. Today is Tuesday, September 15th, and it is 5 p.m. So, we were talking yesterday about antibody dependent enhancement. If you missed yesterday's talk, go back after this or stop, watch that one, and then come back and watch this one because it'll make more sense if you do them in order. Okay, so we were talking about that and the history of coronavirus vaccine attempts. Okay, the big question is, does the vaccine industry actually know about this problem, this antibody dependent enhancement? And the answer is yes, they do. Of course they do. So the next question is, how seriously are they taking this situation today as they try to create a vaccine against COVID-19? Now, according to some virologists, they believe some vaccine developers are taking what they call a laissez-faire attitude, really not caring too much about it, saying it's no big deal, right? They see this problem as a quote-unquote theoretical concern, not a guaranteed problem. This issue for all of us is animal trials should rule out the potential for antibody-dependent enhancement in humans. Okay, but in humans it is unethical to conduct a challenge study, meaning exposing vaccinated people to a real coronavirus to see how they respond. Okay, in animals you can do that, and if they develop antibody-dependent enhancement and get sick and die, again, if you're an animal activist, I apologize, but for the people who are, the purpose of doing vaccine and medication trials, animals are used for this purpose. So I guess they feel it is better to have animals die than humans. So in animal studies, they do conduct a challenge test to see how the animals respond to being infected with the real virus after they've been vaccinated, and in theory they should do fine. They should not get infected, they should not get sick, and they should go about their life without any concern. Unfortunately, this does not guarantee safety in humans because primates, although similar, don't act exactly like humans, but clearly if it is unsafe in primates, we don't move forward in human trials. Now, I've talked about before the ferret trials, and there have been many others for coronavirus where once challenged with the real virus, all animals died. Now, I'm not saying they died of antibody-dependent enhancement, but they died. So we are at a very unprecedented point in history where they have bypassed these animal trials in all these vaccine studies, and they've gone on to phase 3 trials injecting humans. Now, the biggest problem is they are fast tracking this vaccine again, so the animal trials have been skipped, so we won't have that information to even know about the safety of the vaccines in terms of this very important factor. So what about unvaccinated people who are naturally infected with the virus and develop antibodies? Could they experience antibody-dependent enhancement to future strains of COVID-19? And the answer is possibly, but a much lower degree of concern, and the main reason is the vaccine only develops antibodies to a portion of the virus present in the vaccine. Okay, we talked about that yesterday, where the possible cause might be that only antibodies are developed to little parts of the viral proteins on the surface, as opposed to a whole spectrum of antibodies being created to all the different proteins that may be on the surface. Now, in a real infection, our immune system is exposed to the entire virus, right? So we develop that beautiful immunity that is created, which is more, again, of course, it's holistic, but it is much more encompassing. So in addition, our immune systems develop T-cell responses to hundreds of different parts of the virus, and the T-cell response is often minimal in vaccine-induced immunity. So obviously this virus has given us lots of surprises, so only time will tell over the years how naturally infected immunity will respond. But still, the burden of proof should fall to the vaccine companies to demonstrate that antibody dependent enhancement will not develop once a vaccine is administered to millions of people and people develop antibodies to only parts of the virus, which can't be reversed and will likely manifest in years to come. So we may not see the outcome of this until after millions of people have stuck out their arm and said, go ahead, inject me, and I want this vaccine. So makes you think, makes you wonder, makes you really question the safety of any vaccine at this point to humans. Again, we probably won't get that information from these vaccine companies. The only way we will know is if any of the people in the trial get sick, die, and it gets reported. So hopefully we will get that information and can make this vaccine safe for anybody who chooses to take it. So on that note, I hope you are having a wonderful day. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow for another Live in 5.